Hi, this is Martha Appel, and I chair the 2017 AAR purchase contract revisions. I'd like to talk to you a few minutes on some of the issues that we have seen with the new contract. Fortunately, those issues are very few and far between. As we all know, the seller warranties are out of the purchase contract, and we weren't sure how that was going to work as far as agents abusing that, but we were very fortunate, and I think a lot of it has to do with all the education that all the realtors had throughout the state, that there really have been no issues regarding the removal of the seller warranties. Just a few relatively minor items. The first one is where the contract talks about the personal property conveying, such as the washer, dryer, and refrigerator. We added the word description in parentheses after those three items, with the idea that the agent would describe the appliance to be conveyed, such as the model, the type, it's a Sub-Zero, it's a Maytag, it's a Hot Point, it's black, it's white, it's stainless steel, it's a side-by-side, etc. What agents are actually writing in, which is really causing some issues, is as seen in MLS on such and such date, or as seen on the property on such and such date. And the worst one that I've seen, which was just recently, it actually said to be determined. Not sure what that even means. Who's going to determine? In any case, the idea is, again, to describe those items and to make sure that the item that the buyer wants is actually what the buyer gets at the close of escrow. The second thing has to do with seller concessions. As you know, we did remove the words prepaids because that was essentially being abused. So what is part of the seller concessions? And we have loan costs, and then we also talk about escrow and title. But regarding loan costs, it has to be a cost to be paid by the buyer that the lender requires to be part of the seller concessions. So it has to be a lender requirement. As it can be such things as an appraisal fee. It can be the property taxes, the homeowner's insurance premium. It cannot be things like the home inspection, the home warranty, the 12 months of the HOA fees, etc. So it has to be, again, required by the lender to be part of the seller concessions, or again, the title or escrow fees. The other issue that we've seen is regarding the appraisal costs, specifically lines 111 and 112, where let's say the seller agrees to pay for the appraisal. And then it says in those lines, the initial appraisal fee shall be paid by seller at the time payment is required by lender and is non-refundable. So unfortunately, the buyer's loan starts going south, and it looks like it's not going to close. And in fact, it does not close. The buyer cancels and gets a loan denial. Under the terms of the contract, the seller still has to pay for the appraisal, and they're a little upset that they have to do that when they have no closing at the end. So it's important for a listing agent, when they see that in an offer, to counsel the seller so they understand that A, the payment for the appraisal will be at the time the lender requires it, and is non-refundable. Pretty much the last thing is regarding the new language we added under the 6J, the buyer disapproval section, where it states that if the buyer cancels the contract but does not give a valid reason to cancel the contract, that's now obviously a curable event. But what is a valid reason? What is not a valid reason? Valid reason could be such things as it backs up to a busy street, the house faces west, the homeowners association, the community center is falling apart, their swimming pool, their community swimming pool needs repair. Those are all valid reasons. But some invalid reasons would be, I found another house, I lost my job, I'm in ill health. Those are not valid reasons. Although losing their job obviously could cause the buyer to ultimately be denied their loan, and therefore the contract would cancel legitimately anyway. But that is, on its face, losing their job is not a valid reason to cancel the contract. So thank you, and I appreciate your time today.